Coach, last game was your most ever long balls attempted during your time as head coach. Finish coughing. Was that something that you guys sort of identified midweek, and how is that kind of going to alter the plan for Game 3?
Well, I think they were long passes rather than long balls. I think what we it was a final for us, so it was a one-off game plan really. It was not how we'd probably played all season in terms of the system, style. But I think when you get to the playoffs, you've got to. I think the word "find a way to win" is probably the most important thing, and I think we wanted to make it a certain type of game in our home stadium with our fans. Now, can we do that away from home? I don't think we can. I think we've got to obviously be adaptable again, and we've got to we've got a tried and trusted system and philosophy in the way that we want to play, and we've got to trust that. And the game on Sunday provides another opportunity for us to be in this playoff series.
How is Kamal's role different as sort of a left back, considering the two center backs are really aggressive? Was he playing as a normal left back or more of a back three sort of thing?
Yeah, well, I think he obviously. I think if you watch the game back, it was probably very hard to find, to assess what system we were actually playing, because it was. We went for it. So I think at times we had 2 back, at times we had 3 back, at times we had 5 back, at times we had 4 back. So I think we give them license to go and really affect the game. We give them license to really go for it in a way, and it was a little bit chaotic at times, and we knew that was the case, because that's the way that they take you to areas that you don't want to go to, and sometimes you got to play 1-for-1, and sometimes you got to go high, and sometimes you got to drop off, and so. I honestly thought it was a fantastic game of football from a tactical point of view, and I think the team really took on board the tactical information, and I'd say that both teams played out what was one of the best playoff ties of the round so far.
Can you guys drive yourself a bit crazy or over-prepare facing a team for a 5th time and even a 6th time going back to preseason?
Well, I think if you look at all the games in history that you've had, you look at maybe the World Series games or the NBA playoff games. I think when you get to games 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s in this type of format, you get tensions, you get tensions, you get incidents, you get things happening because of the familiarity of it, and I think Game 3 will be like that.
After San Diego beat you guys on decision day, you spoke about how this team needed a spark.
Yeah.
And how that could provide the momentum to carry you guys through the rest of the playoffs. Do you believe that after this last weekend's game, you have that spark, and have your players been able to carry the momentum from that win into training this week so far?
Well, I thought a little bit that the RSL game was a little bit of a spark for us. It gave the team a little bit of confidence back from not having that much confidence before then. I always think you need big moments in a season. You need big moments that just give the team confidence and belief. I don't think the staff needed that. I've had a lot of confidence in this group, but I think what they needed to feel that uncomfortableness, that pressure, that expectation, that do or die mentality, and they needed to come through that. And I think they came through a game, and coming out the game. What will some of those players learn? Well, Diego Chara wouldn't have learned anything because he's been in that situation, but Finn Sermon, Omir Fernandez, David Ayala, Juan Mosquera, Anthony, they've played in these games, and they've accepted that these games are going to be really difficult, and that they've come through it and they've come out the other side, and that's what experience is. It's getting enough opportunities to go out there and do it and have as many learnings, and on the weekend we had lots of learnings, and we've got to take that into the next game.
Phil, I thought you did a really good job with the substitutions in Game 2. How much of that is predetermined before the whistle even goes, and how much of that is what the game is telling you?
Both, really. I honestly thought that the substitutions, or the substitutes that came into the game, won us the game without a shadow. And I take away sort of like Gage. Gage was obviously the match winner, but Fernandez and Paredes changed the outcome of the game in central midfield. Ian Smith came on, I think, for 15 minutes, and he was fantastic. Gage obviously came on and won the goal, and Ari Lassiter came on, and that's the second time in 3 games he's provided a cross for a goal. He's a massively important player for us, even though I just told him he took the worst long throw, or the shortest long throw I've ever seen in my life, and he said it was all planned. But those players coming into the game really really helped us win. I've got to say that it was at a point in like the 58th minute where we made the subs where the game probably could have got away from us. We'd thrown a lot of punches and they'd taken it, they'd gone 2-1 in front, and we needed to respond to that. And the way that we responded was to just to throw and play at players that have got experience, that we trust, and we're really hungry to go and make the mark. And you know, at the end of the day, the concussion sub actually won us the game, because if without that we wouldn't have been able to get Gage on the pitch.
So you play a superior position as left back. For someone who's a striker and needs to put the ball in the back of the net, does a penalty like the one Anthony took, right? It puts it, it's nice to feel, right? That's success.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of thing that can sway strikers and go forward?
Yeah, well, I think Anthony's took really 2 good penalties against Club Americas, and the other day he showed great composure. We're playing him in a different position in every game, and sometimes in games he's moving position 2 or 3 times. We're not really helping him, but what he's showing is he's a massive player for us in terms of, if I was a defender on the opposition side, he's probably the one defender that I wouldn't want to be running in behind. So the kid is doing so well. He's being asked to do different types of jobs, and the penalty kicks are all about practice and repetition and trusting yourself and technique. And we're lucky we came out of it at the end of the day. And like I say, we've been practicing again, and you never know, the third round. I suspect that a lot of the third round games will go to penalties, because they're a different type of game, you know. Okay, thanks, folks.
Thanks, Coach.